Hi everyone and welcome to eSchool Bell. In this video we shall see what is this unit vector. Okay. This particular term is pretty often used in vector algebra chapter of CBSE class 12. If we can understand the concept of this, then all problems related to unit vector in vector algebra chapter can be easily solved. In unit vector, the length of the vector will be 1 unit. How to calculate this length of this vector, which is 1 unit? So we calculate using a formula. Suppose, for example, you have a vector with equation 2i plus 4j plus 3k. Then the unit vector of this equation is denoted by a cap, that equals a vector divided by the length of a vector or the magnitude of a vector. How to calculate magnitude or length of any vector is, suppose length of a vector here is calculated using the formula square root of x square plus y square plus z square. Here x square, y square and z square, these are the components of I, j and k. So in this example, this will be 2 square plus 4 square plus 3 square. That will be 4 plus 16 plus 9, which is basically root 29. Root 29 is between root 25 and root 36. Says answer should be somewhere between 5 to 6. So we can take it for example as 5.4 is the value. 5.4 will be the length of the vector. Suppose you have this vector a 0 to a, and the starting coordinates will be 0 comma 0 comma 0, and the ending coordinates will be 2 comma 4 comma 3. Then length of this vector will be 5.4 units. Okay. Now what is a unit vector in this? Unit vector will be from the origin towards the direction of the vector until it reaches 1 unit. Now let's find the value of unit vector for this particular example. Okay. So unit vector a cap is given by a vector divided by magnitude or length of a vector, that equals 2i plus 4j plus 3k divided by magnitude of a vector, which is root 29. This will be 2 by root 29 I plus 4 by root 29 j plus 3 by root 29 k. This is what is the unit vector. This is where in NCRT it is solved, but many doubts arise to the children at this particular point. Where is 1 unit? From where we are saying this as 1 unit? Is this equivalent to 1 unit, or where is the value of 1 unit? Okay, some children will think, suppose we solve this 3 by 29 plus 4 by root 29 plus 3 by root 29. Here it is actually 2 by 29 root 29. This is 2 by root 29. Suppose we solve this, are we going to get 1 unit? No, we will not get, because if you solve this, you are only going to get the distance at which you will be moving in I direction, j direction and the k direction. Basically these are the coordinates of unit vector, and so this will not be equivalent to 1 unit. So to find the value or the length of the unit vector, then you have to use the same formula on this. You have to find the length using the same formula. So how do we do this? So this will be equivalent to root of 2 by root 29 the whole square plus 4 by root 29 the whole square plus 3 by root 29 the whole square. This will be equivalent to, and solve this and write the answers directly. Okay, solving this as per this formula, so it will be root of 2 by root 29 the whole square by 4 by root 29 the whole square plus 3 by root 29 the whole square. When we solve this, root 29 I have written it as 5.4, and then when you solve it, you're going to get root of 1. Root of 1 is equal to 1, and the answer is 1 unit. So this is basically a cap. So that is basically a cap. Okay, a cap is also which is also known as the unit vector. Now we will solve one more example. This is from the NCRT textbook. Once you solve this, then you will understand unit vector much better. After solving this example, I will draw this vector coordinates of unit vector in a 3D calculator in a three-dimensional way, so that you understand or you can actually visualize how this unit vector or how a position vector will look in a 3D dimensional. Okay, now let's solve this first. So it's basically a vector, unit vector, that is a cap, is given by a vector divided by length of a vector or magnitude of a vector. So 2 I plus 3j plus k divided by root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 1 square. That will be 2I plus 3j plus k divided by root of 4 plus 9 plus 1, that is equal to root 14. So 2I plus 3j plus k divided by root 14. Now in unit vector is basically under NCRT, if you write this much is more than enough. 2I by root 14 plus 3j by root 14 plus k vector by k cap by root 14. This is enough for solving the unit vector problem in NCRT. Even in the examination, if you write only this much, that is enough. Now, to actually understand how this unit vector will look in three-dimensional diagram, we will solve this further. On simplifying further, to find the length of the unit vector, we take the components of I, j, k as x, y, z. These are the x, y, z components, and length of any vector is basically given by root of x square plus y square plus z square. So substituting that over here, we get a cap is equal to 1 unit. So this is basically the unit vector. Okay, at NCRT level, at your school level, they stop at this, and basically because of this, some of the student does not understand how a unit vector will look like or what will be the value of a unit vector. In this, you won't be able to find the length of the unit vector. The length of the unit vector is, you just solve it further by root of x square plus y square plus z square, and then you'll get 1 unit. Now we will substitute these values because these are the coordinates which for x, y, z in 3D geometry. In 3D geometry, we would need the equation of the vector, coordinates of unit vector. These coordinates are basically got from solving these values. 1 by root 14, when we solve it you get 0.27. These are the coordinates of the unit vector, equation of the vector, and you need length of this vector. Length of this vector is given by root of x square plus y square plus z square, which is root 14. The value of root 14 is 3.74 units. This is the length of the full vector, coordinates of the vector, and equation of the vector, which we will substitute in 3D geometry. Now you have the same problem in three-dimensional format. Example number 6. So where the vector is drawn from origin until point A with coordinates 2, 3, 1, and length of this particular vector OA is basically 3.74. Now we have to find where this unit vector comes. So in order to find the unit vectors, first we apply the I component. I component is 0.53. So along the x-axis you have the I component, which is 0.53. Along the y-axis you have the j component, which is 0.8, and along the z-axis you have the k component, which is 0.27. So basically if you draw from here the I component, go until the j component and go up and touch over the vector, that will give you the length, that will give you the position of the unit vector. It will give the coordinates of the unit vector. Coordinates of the unit vector we have already calculated, and I just substitute the value here. So this will be the coordinates of the unit vector. Okay. So from I 0.53, j component 0.83, and k component 0.27. This is the coordinates of the unit vector. Now if we measure this length from the origin until the point H, you should get 1. That is what is the meaning of unit vector. So should we measure? See, when I measure OH, the length of this vector is coming as 1 unit. So this is what is a unit vector along the direction of main vector. If you understand this concept, then you can solve all the unit vector problems in vector algebra chapter very easily. Okay, I hope you understood my explanation. In case of any doubts, you can reach me or put your comments in the comments column, and I will try and reach you and try to solve your doubts. And also, if you find any of your friends are struggling to understand the concept of unit vector or vector algebra chapter, I'll be planning to upload more videos in future. Please share these videos also with them, so that it's also helpful to them. And thank you so much for listening, and have a nice day. Thanks.